Hey everyone, how are we today? I'm just doing an all signs reading, coming off the back of that shadow work reading. We did have a lot of deeper energies with the full moon causing a lot of introspection. So, wanting to sort of lighten things up a little bit today, and we're going to look at the next big change coming in for you, hopefully in the more positive. I will be sort of setting the intention for more positive messages to be coming through because tomorrow's reading probably will be another deeper one as well. We will be looking at divine masculine energy. So whether or not your gender doesn't matter, there's always something in those readings for everyone. But yeah, coming off that big shadow work reading yesterday, so we're looking today at the next big positive change. I'm going to add that into my list there, so making sure that we do specify positive change. Okay, like I said, we are coming off some deeper energy with that full moon. Today I've got two decks with me. I've got the Slavic folklore lenormand. I do have the Secrets of Wanwood Oracle deck as well. Okay, so using those to sort of get a bit of that lighter energy coming through, that especially that Secrets of Wanwood, it does tend to have quite a few mysterious energies that come in with that one. But I will just let everyone know that if you do leave a comment on one of my videos, you will go in that draw for that free personal reading. Hopefully drawing that very, very soon. Just a super small non-monetized channel, so I do really appreciate your support. So please like and subscribe as well. But moving straight on into it today, we're going to sort of start off with Aries and move our way on through. You will see me taking timestamps as we go as well. So starting off with Aries, how are we today, Aries? Just looking at your next big positive change, okay? What's the next big positive change for Aries? Just feeling I'm going to swap those decks around and start with the Oracle rather than the Lenormand. We'll grab an Oracle or two and then clarify with the Lenormand. Okay, Aries. Next big positive change coming in for Aries, please. Okay, Aries, firstly, we do have the gratitude card has come out for you. So really a time where, the next big change coming in for you is a reason to have gratitude, a reason to be happy and thankful for the things that we're given in this world. And, when I do see that gratitude card and we're asking about, positive changes, I feel as though the change that you're going to be seeing is that all of a sudden you'll be able to see the reason to be grateful. Okay, so it's going to become quite visible to you, all the good things around you in your energy, in your life. Okay, but we'll get some clarity with that Lenormand. Okay, next big positive change for Aries. We may also see, that definitely could be somebody coming towards you with gratitude for you as well. Definitely, possibly could be. Firstly, we do have the Herald. So not only is that the Aries card as well, that is the stork in the traditional decks. It is the Herald in this one. It does, herald great news for you. So that great news is that there is reason to be thankful, a reason to have gratitude in your life. Okay, so definitely some good things happening for you, and you're going to sort of be paying attention to those and be very thankful for those things occurring for you, Aries. It does talk about change, transitions, movements, things coming in quickly for you. So in the traditional decks, here's the bearer of good news. So definitely seeing some positive changes headed your way. We also have the Tower, okay? So in this particular deck, it does talk a little bit more about, that those strong fortress boundaries around yourself, taking some solitude, but it can also talk about authority. So for some of you, this reason to be grateful is actually going to have something to do with authority. So, like if you are involved in any legal matters, you will be finding yourself on the top of those, and it all working out in your favor. But it also does talk about, taking some time to yourself. Okay, so you know, and that's going to really sort of make you see these positive things happening around you and for you as well. So I do feel as though, you know, taking some time to yourself to actually just sit in that energy of being thankful for all the things that are in your life. And I dare say too that, you know, the more time that you spend by yourself, the more time you will actually have people, you know, popping up that want to spend time with you, and realizing that, you know what, I don't have to be alone all the time. Like it's nice to have my own space and be able to think things through within myself, but you know, I don't have to be alone. I don't have to enforce solitude on myself all the time, and being quite thankful for that, just in itself. We do also have the tree. No, sorry, that's the snake. I do get confused in this deck because that's such a strong tree imagery there. So, you know, with the strong tree imagery, it does talk a lot about, you know, wisdom and finding other ways to, you know, find that wisdom. With the snake energy, it's kind of like, you know, slithering around, finding alternate path to wisdom. You know, it can also talk strongly about desires and ambitions. That can be the physical intimacy card. So we may be grateful for some, you know, physical intimacy headed your way, but I do feel ultimately that's talking a lot about, you know, ambitions being fulfilled for you, and really, you know, heading towards the things that you are passionate about, and realizing that you are sort of on the right path to have all your desires fulfilled, Aries. But definitely seeing a lot of gratitude heading your way. So like I said, I do feel for some of you, this is other people going to be, you know, showing their gratitude for you as well. So, you know, that kind of vibe of, you know, people coming up to you and being like, I'm so happy you're in my life, Aries. You know, I'm so grateful that I've met you, and all that sort of things. And I do feel as though it's all about that too, especially with that tower energy there, being grateful for the experiences you've had in this life, because, you know, even the bad ones have made you who you are, and you've probably learnt a lot from those things as well, especially when I mistook that snake tree for the tree initially there. So it really does talk about, you know, being grateful for how far you've come in this world, and how much closer you are to your true passion for life, you know, than what you may have been even just a few months ago. So it's going to be a very positive, uplifting time for you, Aries. This change into being a lot more grateful and happy for the people around you, and them being happy for to be around you as well. So a lovely energy there, Aries. Okay, so we'll move over to Taurus. How are we today, Taurus? Just looking at the next big positive change coming in for you. Okay, Taurus, next big positive change headed your way. Okay, we do have open. All right, so that's one of the really, you know, mysterious energies in this particular deck. You know, we do see here that, you know, it's like that open window, that opening yourself up to new possibilities, and you know, new doors opening for you, that as a positive change heading your way. Doors that were closed to you in the past may now be open. Paths that you thought you would never be able to take are now actually opening up for you, and you're able to experience some of those things that you thought you maybe never would. So it really does talk about those sorts of energies opening, you know, opening new doorways for yourself, but also opening yourself up, and having other people be able to open up to you in return. So opening yourself up to these new changes is the first step to successful change for you, Taurus. Okay, so we'll get a bit more detail about that. Okay, next big positive change for Taurus, please. A lot of imagery in that card as well, Taurus. Wow. So yeah, so for a lot of you, this is definitely talking about opening your heart up to others and to yourself and getting in touch with your own heart space. We do have the heart first and foremost. So that does talk about unconditional love, opening up your heart, opening up to romance and potential new love here with the book energy as well. That is the book card there. I know it's a lot of detail to take in, but that is the book energy there. So it does talk about, new chapters starting for you. Once again, opening those brand new doors to see what lays on the other side of that, and in a loving way. So it's really clarifying love for you. There is an element of opening yourself up to forgiveness as well with this particular deck. The heart does speak about forgiving, coming from a very loving place where you are able to, forgive those that have wronged you and forgive yourself. Really get in touch with your own heart space and forgive yourself for those things that may have happened in the past. And that's really going to, open up brand new chapters for you, allow you to take a leap into that open window and sort of go for it, go crazy. But we also do feel with the book there that there is an element of, looking back at the story of your life so far and sort of, appreciating where you've come from, forgiving all the wrongdoings in the past, whether on your end or others, and really using that forgiveness to spur you forward into brand new chapters and rewrite that story for yourself the way that you want your story to be written. Okay, because we do also have the lily, which really does talk about long-term success and everything working out for you long term, being able to forgive yourself, and it's actually creating new chapters that are going to stick around for you. These new opportunities are here to stay. This is the card of longevity. So these new open doors are, here to stay. They're staying wide open for you, Taurus, and there is a lot of emotional intimacy that does come along with that as well. So it can be a very romantic based card with that heart there as well. So definitely could be seeing, some of you are sort of leaping through that window into a long-term connection, a love connection, definitely there with that, unconditional love there, new chapters in your story. And we do have, the lily with the longevity that will allow things to, stay in your life. It does also have a lot of, kindness and empathy for yourself along with it, reminding yourself of your morals and those things that are true to your heart. So really connecting, with your heart space, Taurus, and all those doors are going to open for you. Or like I said, it could be a window, and you're just going to jump on out out that window and see where it leads. In the most positive way. I feel like it's giving me that vibe of, when you were young and you'd sneak out of home on a brand new adventure. Like we all got into trouble and whatnot doing things like that when we were young, right? Jumping out of windows or jumping into other people's windows, as it may have been. But it sort of does really talk about a new adventure in love for you as well. All right, so that's what we have for you, Taurus. Do leave a comment and you'll go in the draw for that free personal reading. But we'll move over to Gemini. How are we today, Gemini? Just looking at the next big positive change coming in for you. Okay, Gemini, next big positive change coming in for Gemini, please. Okay. I'm just feeling drawn to grab two of those oracle for you, Gemini. Okay, so that kind of makes sense. All right, so we are seeing pause. I know sometimes these lighter colored cards are so hard to pick up in my camera there. That is like water, I believe that is, and a little white stag up the back here drinking the water fountain. All right, so pause so that you can cherish. Okay, that is the card that says cherish. We've got the little bunny here. taking some time. So he really is sitting down, taking some time to pause and, smell the roses, basically. So this is actually the next big positive change for you, Gemini, is that you're actually getting an opportunity to, put everything on pause for a little bit of time and really just, cherish what you've got in your life and cherish, the abundance that you have around you, the possibility of what could come next, really giving you that chance to, yeah, stop and smell the roses and, just work out where you need to be next. It sometimes, sometimes people get get worried when things aren't happening in their life and it's not like crazy hectic or anything like that. But sometimes that pause is the best possible thing. It gives us time to, really connect with ourselves and work out where we've been and where we're going. Cherish all those little moments, just the little things in life. It really can be quite an important time to, center ourselves and, sometimes it's the calm before the storm a little bit as well. So sometimes after a pause, we do sort of see things pick up rapidly afterwards. Okay, I'll get some clarity for you, Gemini. Okay, Gemini, what's the next big positive change for Gemini? Oh, that's an interesting message. I'm just going to get one to clarify that third card, Gemini, because I am just hearing sort of one storyline with that, which is not actually how I would normally read that third card. So I'll just grab some clarity there. Clarity for that third card for Gemini, please. Next big positive change. Right. Okay. Okay, so firstly we do have the heart followed by the feminine. Okay, so this is, that sort of loving relationship with somebody. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's romantic love, because especially with that feminine there, I do feel for a lot of you this is actually talking about a mother figure, or I don't mean to genderize the cards, but I am feeling that it is more along the lines of like a role model, a mother type figure. And it could also be like somebody that you're involved with business wise. Okay, so yeah, some of you, it is a career-based person in your life that you look up to this person. Okay, they're kind of a bit of a role model for you, this particular person, and you do hold a lot of like care for this person. So I am getting drawn to somebody that's been in your life for a long time, and love is many things. So we can still have a lot of love for people that we care about, even if they are people we work with or look up to in a work zone, because sometimes love is all about, loving yourself as well. So while we're pausing there, I do feel as though this definitely could also talk about forgiveness toward this person, forgiveness for yourself, with something to do with this role model person. So for some of you, this is like a business person, like a businessman, a businesswoman type energy, whereas others of you, this is like a mother figure. All right, so I don't normally genderize, but that's pretty much all I'm getting from that today. And then we are seeing um, the fox energy. Okay, so that's why I'm feeling it could be business related for some of you, because the fox in with the woman would actually turn that more likely to be a business sort of connection there. But we do see in this particular card, you can see the feminine energy is holding hands with this fox energy. So I do feel as though whoever this person is, they have somebody else in their energy, and then we see that clarified with the mountain. Okay, so something is going on with somebody in their life. All right. And the fox energy is quite a tricky energy. Okay. It can be like a player type energy. It's kind of like that used car salesman where they'll say whatever they need to say to get the sale. So I do feel as though this is somebody in your life who's mm, possibly being a little bit tricked by somebody. All right. And there's going to be, because it does talk about having caution against this fox type character. They're quite cunning and clever, and tricky. They can be tricky, and they only care about their own needs. They don't necessarily care about this woman figure. They only give to her in order to get something out of her. So I really am feeling that this 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 feminine energy in your energy here, there's somebody around them that you need to be wary of, that energy that is around this person. Not so much, you may not even know this fox energy. That's somebody in their life, but we've got that clarified with the mountain. Okay, so it's going to create some sort of obstacle or challenge or something, delay for this person. Okay, so I really do feel as though this is talking about you, pausing and cherishing the people around you and looking out for people around you. And it's giving me that vibe of like, like the Tinder swindler or a scammer online or something like that, where somebody that you care about, like you obviously care about this feminine energy, but it's not you. It's the cherishing is you, how, and the love is how you feel about this person. So it could be somebody you're connected to businessly, like business related stuff, but I'm feeling for a lot of you this is like a mother figure. It could even just be like an older friend who's a little bit older than you, who you kind of look up to a little bit. But you do need to look out for this person. They're at risk of being swindled by this fox energy. So, like I said, I don't feel as though a lot of you aren't even going to have direct contact with this fox energy. It's all coming through that other person. But, with that mountain there, you may need to help this person, put in a bit of hard work and determination to get away from that energy and to not be tricked, not be used by this person. Because like I said, that fox can be very cunning, and they'll use their words as weapons, and they will be very beguiling and seem quite intelligent and clever with what they're saying. It'll all make sense, but to an outside perspective, you may actually be able to see through that a little bit easier than the person who's emotionally connected to that fox energy. Because I do feel as though there's a level of emotion connection between those two people, and that's why it's a bit of an obstacle for this person to get away from that energy, because they care about that person, or like I said, that Tinder swindler type energy, like some sort of scam type energy coming through there. And it's really talking about you pausing and taking notice, and if you cherish this person, that you are going to look out for their best needs. But this is all coming up as the next big positive change for you, Gemini. So for some reason that is going to be positive for you. So sometimes just helping someone through something and get away from something hard, can be very positive for you, in that sense of, you do cherish that person and you don't want them to be hurt. And you would want them to do the same for you in return and whatnot. But I do feel as though it's all about, helping somebody else to your own benefit, really. Like it's not your own benefit in a negative way. It's your own benefit, like emotionally, because you're protecting something that you love. and that you do cherish that connection. And you know, I do just feel as though they're going to need your help, and for some reason you seem to be the one who is able to help them get over that obstacle and see themselves clear of that obstacle. And you know, I really do feel as though this is going to be the next big positive change for you, because it will ultimately I do feel as though it will ultimately result in your relationship getting stronger with this person, and you know, both of you will know that you can, you know, 1,000% rely on each other, you know, because of that, you know, you coming from a loving space, Gemini. So it's a very unexpected message for what I'm sort of asking, but you know, sometimes we get odd messages, and I still have to share what's coming through. It's obviously going to be important, and it will bring around some sort of change for you that ultimately will be positive changes for you, Gemini. So my advice would be to you know, help your loved ones if you are seeing something like that happening. All right, so very interesting. Leave me a comment and let me know if you have any clue what that is all about, Gemini, because you know, like I said, I just pass the messages on. Okay, so moving on to Cancer. How are we today, Cancer? Just looking at the next big positive change for you. Okay, next big positive change for Cancer, please. Okay, so Cancer, we do have the kindness card coming through for you. So somehow there is going to be a positive change involving kindness. So I am actually intuitively feeling that for some of you, this is some sort of gift, or you know, a kindness being shown to you in a material way for some of you. But I'll get a bit of clarity for that one. We are getting some, you know, weird messages today, so it's interesting to see what's coming out. These Secrets of Wanwood cards are very mysterious, and they do like to give very mysterious-based messages. Okay, Cancer. Next big positive change coming through for Cancer, please. Okay, like I just said, we're getting some weird messages today. Um, Okay, so firstly, I do have the mouse energy. Okay, so that really does talk about, you know, things we've lost in the past, things that sort of niggle away at the back of our mind, you know, roll around in our mind there, that we sort of worry about constantly. You know, insecurities about things that may have happened in the past. We also do have the ring here. Okay, so please don't jump to conclusions. That is actually talking about cycles. You know, so whatever this was, this loss in the past that still sort of eats away at you, it is actually a cycle that you've had in your life. Um, so if you actually stop and look back at similar situations, I'm really getting drawn to that idea that, you know, sometimes we face the same person but with a different face. Like, if you haven't learnt the lessons from meeting, from a connection with somebody, you will meet that same person again, but in a different body, because it's the lesson. Ultimately, there's a lesson that you need to learn from that cycle. So it's like the same thing happening over and over and over again in your life, but with different people involved. Okay, so a lot of the times we see this play out in like love relationships, where you seem to attract the same sort of person over and over and over again, same situation, the same sort of thing keeps happening to you, over and over and over. And it lets us know that there's something that we need to learn from that situation so that we don't repeat that cycle once again. And then the reason I'm talking about this is because we do also see the Reaper energy. Okay, so that's a very interesting energy because I'm just having, I do like to double check that yes, I'm getting the right card here, because that is sudden unexpected changes. In the traditional deck, it is the Scythe energy in the traditional deck, but in this particular deck, it does come through as a little bit of a warning. It's like a reckoning, like it's time to choose whether you're going to repeat that same cycle or not. Okay, so the opportunity to repeat that same cycle is coming back around towards you, Cancer. I do feel as though this is the answer on how to break that cycle. Show yourself kindness, okay? Show kindness doesn't mean drop your barriers, drop your boundaries, for somebody. Um, Keep your boundaries firm and show kindness to yourself by, not accepting this cycle to repeat itself. Okay, so the answer for you really lies in this kindness. I do feel for a lot of you, this is kindness towards yourself, kindness towards, not dropping your boundaries, that you can still be kind to people without actually allowing them to step over your boundaries. I'm going to grab you a clarifier there, because this is the interesting part of this, is that we're asking for the next big positive change. Okay, and when we're getting a message like this, it shows us that yes, you are going to break this cycle, and that is the positive change. That traditional sudden change is the cycle breaking for you. Okay, which then allows new to come through, a new cycle to be formed without those negatives. Okay, and getting rid of those negatives, transforming those negatives into other things. Can we get a clarity card for Cancer, please? Calling. Okay, so we have got the calling card here as well. So you're following your calling, and that's what this is all going to lead to for you, Cancer. That's the main if you follow kindness to yourself as your priority at the moment, especially when it comes to breaking cycles that we may have been stuck in the past. There is that sort of warning that cycle is coming back around in another form. So be on the lookout for that, and know to keep your boundaries firm, and show yourself kindness of you deserve better than repeating that cycle all over again. You are kinder than that to yourself. All right, so showing yourself that kindness, and that is actually going to lead you to your true calling. All right, so the next cycle that you're entering into will actually be leading you directly to your calling in this world. So I understand that your calling does, mean different things to different people, but it's really your truest passions, the truest version of yourself, the best path for you to be walking, basically. And the interesting thing here, calling, I just want to mention that, with that warning that this cycle is going to repeat, for some of you, someone is actually going to be calling you and saying, Cancer, I miss you, come back. And Cancer's going to be like, do you know what? No, I deserve better than repeating that same cycle with you. And no matter how much you say you have changed, I deserve to actually treat myself with kindness, and not even enter into that anymore. All right. So, and that's going to lead you, the most pure of places. Okay. We've got the ancient trees, and then we've got that beautiful pure white snow. So it does lead you somewhere really good. This change, breaking this cycle is actually, going to change your whole world, Cancer. And that's why it's coming through as your next big positive change. It's just sort of wrapped in a weird sort of, like I said, some of these messages are coming through in a very weird, mysterious kind of manner today. But do leave me a comment and let me know if that resonates for you, and if you can recognize the cycles that you've been through in the past. But everyone that does comment will go in the draw for that free personal reading as well. So hopefully I'll be able to draw that for everyone soon. All right, so we'll move on to Leo. How are we today, Leo? Just looking today at the next big positive change in your life. Okay, next big positive change for Leo. Okay, so we do have cherish and contentment. All right, so entering a phase where we're really able to, stop and smell the flowers, cherish the beauty that's in our life already. There'll be things to cherish in the near future. A change for the better, where you're actually finding that you do have things to cherish, and you're able to look around yourself and be like, wow, this is amazing. Especially here with that contentment card as well. So it really does bring, that peace of mind, that being able to, just take a breath and realize that, hang on, things are great. Even if they're not great, things are manageable. And I'm feeling actually content that I can handle everything that comes my way. I cherish the stuff I've already got. I really do have a lot of things to cherish in this world, but I'm just content that I can face anything that comes my way. So it's a very peaceful kind of moment coming for you, Leo. Your next big change is you actually be, finding things to feel content and to cherish around you. But we'll grab some extra clarity there. Next big positive change for Leo, please. Yeah, so we do have the lily, which that talks about emotional intimacy. So, cherishing, knowing yourself, cherishing being able to actually be in touch with your emotions, being able to, have emotional intimacy with the people that you do care about and cherish, obviously, being content in your emotional self as well, Leo. The lily does also talk about longevity. So this contentment is, it's like a brand new world that is going to stick around. You're actually going to find that, yeah, I can face all this stuff. I've faced a lot worse in the past. I can face all this, and it's making sort of long-term changes towards your contentment. All right, so the changes and the happiness and the things that you cherish in your life at the moment are sort of going to be long-term things in your life as well. But we also do see the ship here. Okay. Oh, nope. Sorry. I always get so confused because it looks like a ship, right? But this is actually the anchor card. So there's an element then. If I've automatically said the ship, it's been a while since I've worked with these cards. That's the second time I've confused myself today. But if I have automatically said the ship, there is some sort of sense of adventure for the future, for the long term. There is definitely a sense of adventure to, see what comes for you in the long term. That contentment, that the adventure is, something that you can manage long term. But that is the anchor. Okay, so that's kind of even more supportive of this message because it's very similar to that contentment kind of message where, resilience and security and safety long term, holding yourself safe, that you have found something that helps anchor you through this world through any stormy seas that might come your way. And you know, it's long term changes that you have made to your stability, and you know, and life, you know, that contentment holding you secure. Your emotional self is now, you know, quite stable and secure and able to, you know, find that contentment and really cherish those peaceful moments, you know, with even with the most mundane little things. You really are, you know, have made some sort of a change, that is sticking around long term and leading to a lot of peace and contentment for you, Leo. So that's really beautiful. All right, but do leave me a comment and let me know if that resonates for you. Everyone that comments will go in the draw for that free personal reading. But we'll move on to Virgo. How are we today, Virgo? Just looking today at the next big positive change coming in for you. Okay, next big positive change for Virgo, please. Ooh, Virgo, one of my favorite cards in this deck. This one is called Wake. Okay, so this is all about waking up and you know, your self-awareness and your growth as a evolved version of yourself, and a more spiritual version of yourself. It really is, you know, waking up every little branch within you. So finding you know, new things within yourself that you never thought you had, and it's like waking up all those you know, every little part of you, so that it all comes together into one big gorgeous tree. All right, so it's a beautiful energy, this this wake energy. It's like, you know, an element there sometimes with this is like you've been walking with your eyes closed up until now, and all of a sudden you can see and you look around and all the colors are beautiful. And you know, it's kind of like, you know, when you hear those stories about, you know, somebody who was been deaf for a lot of their life, and all of a sudden they get you know, implants and they can hear, and they're like, this is like amazing. I didn't know there was so much depth to the world before. And this is like you. It's kind of like there's parts of you that have been shuttered off for a long time, and now all of you is waking up. I do feel for a lot of you this is very spiritual, for quite a lot of you, where you're actually waking up on a spiritual level, and really starting to understand some more things about yourself on a spiritual level. So some of you are actually you know, waking up to some sort of power spiritually that you may have as well. So a very, very interesting change coming in for you, Virgo. All right, next big positive change for Virgo. Get some clarity on that. Next big positive change for Virgo, please. Straightforward clarification here. I do sometimes really like it when the messages come through straightforward, so I understand them immediately. Even though all the cards have multiple meanings, sometimes straight up it's that and that's what it is. But firstly, we have the ship. Okay, so this is definitely a brand new journey for you. This awakening for you, Virgo. It's you starting on a brand new journey, a brand new adventure within your own self. And it's kind of like sailing the seas of yourself, your soul. Okay, I do get that sometimes with the ship, that it's like a journey throughout your soul, and you're really awakening every single little part of yourself, and really starting to understand yourself on a totally different level. Now, we do have the clouds and the mountain as well, all right? So that's coming through actually quite straightforward. So it's kind of letting us know that, you know, with the thoughts and the overthinking that come through with the clouds, and then the mountain showing us challenges, or delays, it's letting us know that the more stuck in reality that you get, the more stuck in your head, the more that you try to think things through with logic, the more that you're actually delaying yourself from this adventure, from this wake. Okay, so really, really working from your heart space, your soul space at this time, because the more that you're going trying to think things through logically and with that blinker of reality, the more that you're actually creating clouded confusion for yourself, and you're going to cloud your judgment on what this awakening is for you, and then you're going to turn that into an obstacle rather than the opportunity that it really is. So it may be hard. It lets us know it may be hard work to stay out of keep your head out of the clouds. The clouds being your own thoughts and your own need to overthink things logically. But don't allow anxiety or overthinking to overtake what's going on in here, or so really following your intuition at this time, and not letting reality cloud your judgment and see things as obstacles when really they're opportunities. Okay, so if you do find yourself overthinking, Virgo, and you're starting to see things as delays in your life or challenges in your life, do stop and remind yourself that they're not a challenge. It's not a challenge. It's not an obstacle. It is an opportunity. Okay. And get out of my head and look at this as not an obstacle, but an opportunity. And then you will wake up to seeing how it is an opportunity, and how you're allowing yourself to put it as an obstacle. So, sometimes when we see that obstacles card, it does talk about, we create our own mountains out of molehills type energy. And instead of seeing the mountain as this huge insurmountable thing, focusing on how great the view is going to be when you get to the top. All right. And putting in the hard work to get there, instead of, just focusing on, oh, this is so daunting. Because the more that you think about it, the harder it's going to be for you. Okay. So, get your head out of reality and really follow your heart and follow your intuition, is what I'm sort of seeing there for you, Virgo. Do leave me a comment and let me know if that resonates for you. Everyone that comments will be going in the draw for that free personal reading. But we'll move over to Libra. Okay. Hi, Libra. How are we today? Just doing all signs today, looking at the next big positive change coming in for you, please. Okay, Libra, next big positive change coming in for you. Okay, interesting. We do have purpose. Okay, so this is all about finding your true purpose and really sort of getting to the bottom of what is your purpose in this life for you. It's different for everybody, obviously, but really finding those things that make your heart sing, make your soul, dance free and wild. What really is your purpose in this world? And that can be in a different, like a whole range of areas of your life that could be coming through. Like, what is your true purpose when it comes to your career? What is your true purpose when it comes to love? Have what purpose do you want your life to have when it comes to the sort of family that you want to have in the future? Does that look like a family with kids, or you by yourself, or what is your purpose for you? Okay, so very interesting, Libra. We do it's always good to have a bit of an idea of what your purpose in this world is. For some people, that's their sole purpose in this world is just to help others along their journey and whatnot as well. So no matter what your purpose, that's the next big positive change for you, that you are getting closer to that true purpose. And I do feel as though a lot of self-awareness will be coming through with that as well. But we'll get some clarity for you, Libra. Okay, Libra. Next big positive change coming through for Libra. Okay, so pretty straightforward here. We do have the crossroads first and foremost, so that definitely does talk about finding your path and making the choices and decisions that are right for you, and your path, and where you want to go in this world. It really does talk about opportunities for you to really work out exactly which path you want to take in this world. Are you happy, being how you are at the moment and following that path, or is there a decision you need to make in regard to, getting a bit back on track with your own sense of purpose, your own path in this world? I do feel for a lot of you, and I don't think it was actually you that I had this message for. Um, in our weekly readings, I feel like it was one of the water signs we may have had this reading for, or the earth signs even. I may have been Taurus. I think it was Taurus. So if you do have strong Taurus placements, maybe check out the weekly reading as well, because we do also have the club, followed by the wolf. Okay, so that actually does talk about, the club is traditionally the whip. So it does talk about some sort of opposition or drama or conflict that you may be facing. That definitely could be, just part of that path, part of that decision to face some conflict in order to get to where you really need to be, to clear out the things in your life that aren't working for you on your path, and they're not, not fulfilling their purpose, as friends, or as something that's supportive to you, because this is usually the card of friendship, that wolf card there. That is the dog in the traditional decks. So it does talk about friendship, loyalty, support, compassion. All right. So I do feel as though, a lot of you are going to be realizing that there is something, someone possibly standing in the way of your true purpose, standing in the way of your true path, and they're not supporting you the way that you need support. They're creating drama, they're creating opposition within you. So a lot of you are actually going to be facing this, and this is going to be part of your upcoming choices, the changes that you need to make in order to walk your own path. So it's kind of one of those, a bit of conflict and hard times, so disguised as maybe negative issues, but they're actually leading to the most positive changes coming. So sometimes changes are hard. Change sometimes, we do need to face some of the conflict that comes along with change. And I do feel for you that we are looking at potentially, choosing a path around someone or something that is not supporting us the way that it should be. It's not being loyal to us as we're being loyal to it. And you sort of choosing that, you there may be a bit of conflict on this path, but this is the change I need. This is the actual, it's going to work out, at the end of the day, it's going to be my next big positive change for myself. All right. And it will sort of get you closer to the right path for yourself, to your true purpose. All right. So, it's one of those hard ones, because sometimes change is hard, and sometimes we do see on the path to positive things, we do need to, finalize some of the more negative things as well. So I do feel as though that's a choice you're going to be faced with in the near future, in order to bring around positive changes for yourself. Okay, Libra, but leave me a comment and let me know if that resonates. Like I said, you're welcome to check your other placements. I do believe it was Taurus in the weekly readings had a very, very similar message. So check that out if you have Taurus in your placements. But everyone that comments will go in the draw for that free personal reading as well. But we'll move on to Scorpio. Just excuse me for a second. I need to my lips are really dry today. I've been still suffering with allergies and whatnot, so it's driving me insane. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, I'll make sure I timestamp around that little stop. Okay, so Scorpio, How are we today, Scorpio? Just looking at the next big positive change for you. Okay, next big positive change for Scorpio. Okay, one more for Scorpio, please. Next big positive change for Scorpio. Okay, so there was a in my some of my affirmation cards. There's an affirmation card that says something along the lines of breathe in the positive and breathe out the BS. Okay, and that's kind of what we're getting for you, Scorpio. We do have breathe coming through there. So 3 deep breaths. Okay, we do see 3 little creatures. I think they're owls, but I'm just going to call them creatures. So 3 big breaths, okay? And then, so every time you're faced with something that challenges you, Scorpio, take 3 big deep breaths and then focus on acting from kindness, all right? What is the kindest solution for yourself? How can you show yourself kindness? Stop, breathe, actively, consciously choose kindness. Okay, and that's going to actually, be something that's going to bring in a lot of change for you in a positive way. But we'll get some clarity for you on that message, Scorpio. Okay, next big positive change for Scorpio. This reading is definitely turning out very different to what I envisioned. I was just thinking, oh, I'll just do a quick reading and everything will be fine. And, and then I did choose to use this Secrets of Wandwood Oracle deck, and its energy and messages are so sort of mystical and magical, and they do really, really come out with some interesting messages. All right, so what we're seeing here, we do first and foremost have the Reaper. So traditionally that is actually the scythe. So it just talks about sudden changes, a kind of reckoning, if you will. So I do feel as though, my initial recommendation to stop, breathe, and act in kindness is going to be important because, there is some sort of sudden, unexpected change that's coming through as a bit of like a little bit of a danger warning about this particular change, that it's going to be something maybe hard to deal with because, a lot of the time when things change and they change on a big level, it can be really uncomfortable. Change can be really uncomfortable. But, we are really looking at the next big positive change. So getting through the uncomfortable part of that, will really lead you to the positive energy, which we do see here on the ship card and then the crossroads card. So, there is a bit of a warning there that there is some sort of big reckoning coming, a big change coming for you. It's not really letting us know, but it is letting us know that it is going to change your life completely, I feel here. With the ship, it does talk about starting brand new adventures, traveling. Some of you may be needing to physically travel or move away from something or someone. But we do have the crossroads as well. So that really does talk about an upcoming choice or decision on how you're going to start this new adventure for yourself, how you're going to start this new journey for yourself. And I do feel as though, that's all being brought about by some big change. I'll grab an extra card and see if we can see what that change is about. Can I get clarity for that Reaper card for Scorpio, please? What is that big change coming for Scorpio? It just feels like a total change of direction. It's got to do with a relationship. Okay, we have clarified that with the ring. So it does have to do with a relationship in your life. So, when we see that, it doesn't necessarily mean a romantic relationship, although it definitely could, but there is going to be some sort of sudden, unexpected plot twist with a relationship in your life that is actually going to spur you into a lot of change and maybe taking a different path to what you initially thought you would be taking. All right, so sometimes that can be like a positive change, like especially if it's a romantic thing and you're currently single. Sometimes when you meet somebody and decide that, oh, hang on, this person's important to me, it's unexpected, and it kind of is a bit of a, whoa, what am I getting myself into here? I'm used to being single. I better the devil you know kind of a vibe coming through with that. So it's a little bit like something that's going to stir up your comfortability and really change things for you, steer you in a new direction, totally change the course you may have plotted for yourself as current. So definitely when we do see those sorts of things occurring, it really can change our whole direction in life. But stop, breathe, and think about how you can show kindness to yourself and others every time you're faced with anything challenging, and that will really help steer you through that and get started on that journey. But ultimately it is your next big positive change. All right, so ultimately this is going to be something positive. It may be a little bit uncomfortable to begin with, but it is going to be something very positively in the long run. All right, so that's what we have for you, Scorpio. So we will move on to our Sagittarius. How are we today, Sagittarius? Just looking at the next big positive thing coming in for you. Next big positive change for Sagittarius. Okay, Sagittarius, companionship. Okay, so companionship doesn't necessarily talk about relationships, can talk about new friends, new people being added to the family. It can actually talk about a pet coming into your life, those sorts of things as well. Especially here, we've got that crow, with his little hat on. He's super cute. I know these cards are really hard to see here, but there is a little crow with a little sort of sleeping hat there, and he's bringing this light. So this companionship really does bring light to you and to your life, and we've got all these offerings on the table here, so it really is going to create a lot of abundance for you. It definitely could for some of you be a relationship, but some sort of companionship. It may even be for some of you, it may be connecting with a more spiritual companion. Okay, so if you are someone interested in learning more about, your spirit guides, those sorts of things, you definitely will find fulfillment if you're into that. Okay, but we'll get some clarity for you, Sagittarius. Next big positive change coming in for Sagittarius. It's all about not feeling so alone. Okay. Sagittarius, next big positive change for Sagittarius. Yeah. So, okay, so I'm getting a straightforward message here. We do firstly have the cross, okay, and then that's followed by the sun. All right. So the cross in this is actually talking about burdens that you've been carrying for quite a while, the things that are the cross you've been bearing, the burdens you've been carrying, being lifted. Okay, like I mentioned, just intuitively out of this particular card here, things coming into the light, everything, this companion bringing light into your life. We do have with the sun. things coming to light, being revealed to you, happiness being revealed to you, lifting those burdens off your shoulders, Sagittarius, and creating happiness within your life. So I do feel for a lot of you, this is talking about a companion in particular as a person coming into your life, and with that cross energy too, it's going to be like a very destined connection. This companionship energy coming in for you. There's a lot of destiny along with the cross. It is a very spiritual connection card, and it does bring spiritual happiness with the sun there as well. So seeing both of those, but that sun really does shine over any negativity. It really is going to be a super happy change for you. It's like I said, that not feeling alone anymore. Okay, really feeling as though there's people or something or someone that walks this path with you. Is having this journey of life alongside you. All right, and then that's followed by the fish card. All right, so once again, the messages I've intuitively picked up on there, with that abundance, those offerings there. We do have abundance coming in with the fish energy as well. So that's like a wealth card as well. So definitely could be seeing like happy finances, coming through for you as well. Definitely could be a big change in your finances for the more positive. But overall, it's just that abundance, that wealth. Wealth does come in lots of forms. So you are going to start having a lot more wealth of, I feel like everything within your life, and that, that light in your life, really, really having a wealth of, everything sort of being out in the open and clear, visible for you to sort of see the abundance and take advantage of the abundance around you. Okay, so and for some reason I'm just feeling for some of you Sagittarius, if you're someone that has like I'm not going to lie, I'm someone who has in the past struggled with money and things like that, and I just wanted to sort of, I was just getting the vibe to tell you that there's going to be lots of food on the table. Okay, it's going to be an abundant Christmas or Thanksgiving if you're in America. It's going to be a very abundant meal. There's going to be lots of food on the table this year. Okay, so whatever that ends up meaning for you, Sagittarius. I know America, you guys do celebrate Thanksgiving, but we do have our big meal celebrations on actual Christmas and Boxing Day as well. So, but Christmas Day is the food where we eat a lot of prawns. I find in my family, but if families don't eat seafood, that's their weird thing that they don't do. I don't know, but we do love seafood in our family, so we do eat a lot of prawns on Christmas Day. I know in America it's like the turkey or whatnot, but we don't really do turkey that much here in Australia. Like I know that some families do, but we normally have the roast chickens and ham, and it's in the middle of summer for us. All right, so pardon me. So yeah, being in the middle of summer for us, we steer away from a lot of the hotter meals and have our seafood and cold cuts and whatnot as well. But I just it was just something really odd. I just felt drawn to and I feel as though it must be someone from America that needed to hear that message because of the reference I keep getting to Thanksgiving and the food, the abundance of food on Thanksgiving. So if you've had a tough Thanksgiving for the last few years where, there hasn't been that much food on the table, this one's going to be different and there's going to be a lot of food on the table this year, okay? That'll be one of the next big positive changes for you, Sagittarius. Such a a precise message for me to be getting. Sometimes they don't come through quite as clearly, but leave me a comment and let me know if that was for you because obviously it's no one I know personally. I'm here in Australia, as I said. All right, but moving on to Capricorn. How are we, Capricorn? Just looking at the next big positive change coming through for you. Okay, Capricorn. Next big positive change for Capricorn, please. Ooh, Capricorn. This Secrets of Wandwood deck is so mysterious, and it has some of the most interesting messages that do come through. I'll have to thank my friend again. She did give me this deck, so it changes a lot of meanings of like everything when I do play with this deck. It's very interesting. Firstly, we do have question. Okay, for some reason too, every time I see this card, it reminds me of the sorting hat out of Harry Potter. So it's kind of you questioning your place and questioning, hang on, like, have I been sorted into the wrong house? Have I always been thinking I'm, Gryffindor, but really I'm a little bit Slytherin or something like that, So that may, mean something to somebody there if you're a Harry Potter fan, but it's all about questioning and not being afraid to, question things and ask why. Why did that happen that way? And why did I react that way? And, what purpose does that serve? Asking all the hard questions of yourself, Capricorn. And, Capricorn are pretty able to persevere and determined to do the work. So, keep on questioning, Capricorn. Don't settle for the basic answer. Question. Do your research and question everything. There's more information to be found. All right. So whatever's coming up for you, Capricorn, make sure you are questioning it. Okay, reading the fine print of things and questioning. I feel like too, like if someone's coming to you with a certain offer, um, even if it's not out loud, but questioning what are their true motives here? Why would they offer me that? Questioning how you truly feel about that. Questioning whether or not that is something that fits in with who you are and where you want to be. Asking those hard questions, Capricorn. We also have dreams, okay? So that's a very auspicious card. It does sort of let us know that, following your dreams, but also I am really sensing for a lot of you, Capricorn, this is actually talking about your actual dreams, okay? So question your dreams as well. So, when it comes to your non-reality dreams, like, the things that you desire, you wish for, the things that you dream to have in your life, question, hang on, do I really? How would that look? If I had that thing, how would that actually be to live that? If I had, if I had a dream for all of a sudden overnight, my dream was to be a famous basketball player. How would that actually look for my life? In my particular case, that would not work at all because I have a young child. I raise by myself. There would be a lot of things I would have to take into consideration. I would have to, ask a lot of questions about what would I do for care for my son if I'm off playing at basketball games, and how would I organize training? And, I'm not fit enough to be a basketball player. So how would I get back in shape to play basketball? How would I learn how to become good at basketball to become a, world famous basketballer? So, sometimes our dreams are a little bit far-fetched. I know that's probably not a real dream of mine. I definitely don't want to be a basketball player. I don't know why that came through as an example, but we're just going to roll with it, okay? Someone out there might be a basketball player. Let me know in the comments if that's you. All right, but your dreams, I might have an actual dream. I'll go to bed tonight and now I'm going to have a dream that I'm a basketball player. And so it's questioning those dreams about, in this dream, I was a famous basketball player. How does that relate to my actual life and the goals that I actually do have set for myself? You know, maybe it's about bouncing along with things instead of, you know, rolling. Maybe there's something about, you know, bouncing from one thing to the next, instead of, you know, rolling or stopping, you know. So maybe there is messages in there for me, but you know, so looking at your dreams, your real dreams, but also your actual, you know, like they're both real, obviously, but you know, your sleeping dreams as well as your wake dreams. All right, and questioning those dreams. Okay, something in there about that, Capricorn. But we'll get some clarity for you. Okay. Next big positive change for Capricorn. I feel like I went a bit off topic there, so I'm just bouncing with it, guys. Let me know. I keep saying things that I'm really feeling as though I'm obviously saying these things because it's going to mean something to someone. I may not know who that is interested in basketball, but you know, you very well may be, and that is cool. Okay. Next big positive change for Capricorn. Very interesting, Capricorn. I'm getting the dream message coming out again, to be honest, because we do have the clouds here. So that does talk about your thoughts. It does talk about, you know, not allowing yourself to overthink. So questioning yourself about why you're overthinking things as well. You know, not allowing yourself to go past that point into, um, you know, anxiety about the things you're overthinking. But you know, I really feel for majority of you, this is, you know, it's kind of saying get your head in the clouds and think about things in a more questioning manner rather than just overthinking, rather than just thinking and on a loop. Start questioning why you're thinking about those things, why that's going around in your head so much, questioning those thoughts and questioning reality a little bit here too, because the clouds is very, you know, sunk in reality. Whereas here I'm sort of intuitively feeling this is more, you know, get your head in the clouds. You know, I did say to somebody else tonight, when I was recording this earlier, I did say to somebody, you know, get your head out of the clouds, but I'm actually telling you to get your head into the clouds, and you know, less reality, more, you know, fluffy dreams, you know, looking for the silver lining, you know, questioning our thoughts even. We do also have the Wolf card. So this is the card of friendship. So it does talk about loyalty, friendship, support, those sorts of things, companionship. But I do feel as though this is all within yourself. Okay, so while you're, you know, floating around in the clouds, don't forget to be loyal to yourself and really supportive of yourself. Be your own friend first, Capricorn. You know, and then we do sort of see with the Moon card here. Once again, follow your dreams. This is all about your dreams, your intuition, you know, your emotional sensitivities. So it's all about following your heart. So once again, getting out of the reality, questioning, you know, logic, and following your intuition instead. Following your dreams. Okay, so it can be a hard thing for Capricorn because quite a practical sign, but you know, it really is telling us to, you know, be supportive of yourself and follow your dreams and follow your intuition. If your heart is telling you something, listen. You know, and float around in those clouds and have fun. Have fun. All in all, Capricorn. I do know in your weekly reading, the first message we got was, you know, go wild, be that child within yourself and go crazy. Going a little bit off track again, Capricorn. Sorry about that, but leave me a comment and let me know if that resonated for you. But we'll move over to Aquarius. How are we today, Aquarius? Just looking at your next big positive change, okay? Next big positive change for Aquarius. Okay. Some people I have been getting an extra card, but I feel as though this kind of says it all for you, Aquarius. We do have forgive. All right. So whether this is, this can go a lot of ways with the forgive energy. I do feel that for majority of you, this is all about forgiving yourself. And the next big positive change that's coming your way is forgiveness, that you will forgive yourself for that thing, for that behavior, for that action, for that thought. I feel for a lot of you, it's going to be that inner forgiveness where you accept, forgive, and then we can, move forward. And enjoy those big changes within yourself. But the ability to forgive yourself, it's such a huge thing. It's a huge challenge. It's definitely not an easy change to make. If you're someone who is not used to forgiving yourself and holding yourself to blame for a lot of things, even out of your control things, forgiveness, it can be a very hard thing. But I do feel for a lot of you, this is all about forgiving yourself, but it definitely could be talking about, forgiving others for their behaviors, their actions towards you, things that have happened to you in your life, finding that forgiveness for that was just how things went. I can't go back to the past and change that. So what I can do though is forgive the past so that I can focus on the future and move forward in a positive manner and make these positive changes in my life without holding on to resentment. Okay, because the opposite of forgiveness is resentment, and resentment is something that holds us in the past and holds us back from positive changes for ourselves. Okay, so others of you, this may actually be somebody, forgiving you for something that you've held a lot of guilt about. I'm just intuitively feeling that, for one or two of you, you're holding on to a lot of guilt and about something that you may have done or said in the past. And I do feel for those of you that's you, um, someone's going to actually come to you and it's kind of reminding me of that. The Alcoholics Anonymous 12-step program where one of the steps is forgiveness. Um, and they'll go around and ask for forgiveness from the people that they have slighted in the past. So I do feel as though someone may be coming to you and saying, "Look, I forgive you for this," or vice versa, saying, "I ask for your forgiveness for this." So it's a very strong energy, Aquarius, and I can see why that's coming out as a positive change because it's a big thing, and you don't sort of realize how big forgiveness can be until you've actually gone through the forgiveness and accepted and truly forgiven yourself or somebody else or whatnot. Okay, so it is tied up very muchly with resentment and guilt and blame. Okay, so it helps resolve all those sorts of negative emotions as well. But we'll get some extra clarity for you here, Aquarius. Next big positive change for Aquarius, please. Okay, so pretty clear. What that's clarifying us here. We do firstly have the feminine. All right. We also have the ship. Okay, so we can kind of see pretty clearly somebody on their way towards you, traveling towards you. So they're going to be traveling towards you. And then we see the letter. So the letter is all about communication. All right. So we see, for majority of you, this is somebody traveling towards you, asking for your forgiveness, communicating with you that they forgive you, that they want your forgiveness, that, let's mutually forgive and forget and move on. Okay, so we're having a conversation, not necessarily a full-blown conversation, but there's some sort of communication. It feels like an apology headed your way. Okay, so for majority of you, this is somebody that you need to forgive, and they're coming toward you asking for forgiveness, asking, giving you an apology and asking for your forgiveness. All right. Now, I don't normally genderize the masculine and feminine, but for quite a lot of you, this is going to be a feminine. It's going to be possibly an older woman, like a mother figure, a mother role, an older sister, older cousin, those kinds of things, asking for your forgiveness. Okay, and they may be having to travel an actual distance to get to you. But otherwise, this is them on their sort of soul journey of needing your forgiveness, and I feel as though you need that as well. You need to forgive this person, so I do feel as though it's this person who needs to be forgiven, and needs your forgiveness. Okay, so this is the next big positive change coming in for you, that there's going to be an apology. All right, so that's what I'm getting, Aquarius. And like I said, it's a pretty straightforward message. There's not much else coming through with that. Oh, that woman definitely could be like a businesswoman as well. Some of you, it might be a career related um, person. It doesn't necessarily have to be a feminine, but I am getting strongly that for a lot of you, it is a feminine. Okay, asking for your forgiveness, asking for that, apologizing, and asking for your forgiveness. And it's going to bring around a lot of positive changes for you, because to forgive is to, release all that resentment and blame from within you. All right. So it will create a lot of positive changes, Aquarius. So let me know in the comments if you may have an inkling of who that person is in your particular life. Everyone that comments will go in the draw for that free personal as well. So let me know. I do really appreciate, hearing whether the messages are resonating with people and whatnot as well. But I do appreciate it, so thank you. But last but not least, we'll move over to our Pisces crew. How are we today, Pisces? Just looking at the next positive change coming in for you. Next big positive change for Pisces. Next big positive change for Pisces. Okay, I am using the Secrets of Wandwood deck here, Pisces. Now, we do find this particular deck, a friend gave it to me, a Pisces friend gave it to me. Thank you, Pisces friend. She'll know who she is. Obviously, she gave me the deck. This deck, it is amazing. It is bringing out some very unexpected messages today during this reading. It's got a lot of magic and mystical elements to this deck, and it's kind of the unexpected. It's taken this reading in a very unexpected turn. So I do really appreciate being given this deck and being able to use this deck today for you, because it's really getting some unique messages coming out for everyone. And I'm really sensing that that tinge of, mystery and magic in the air with this particular deck. So we're getting some very interesting messages for you today, Pisces. I just wanted to put that out there because, thank you to my Pisces friend who did give me that deck. But, it's just feeling very magical. I'm having a very magical day, Pisces, so just roll with it, okay? But we do have the Believe card, okay? So if you believe it, it will come true. It's yeah, I'm having one of those days. Just roll with it. No, but believe. Belief is the biggest change coming in for you, and I feel for a lot of you, Pisces, this is within yourself, starting to believe in yourself again. For some of you that's again, and for some of you that is forever, like forever, for the first time, truly believing in yourself, truly believing that, things can be positive changes. Not all change is daunting and uncomfortable, that, things can actually really, really happen in your life for positive reasons, and really starting to believe in yourself, and believe that you are on the right path for yourself, that you are really on the right path for your true calling. Okay, we do have the calling card here. So for some of you, when I'm saying it like that, it does bring to light that for some of you there may be another message, like a more physical message coming through with that calling card. Okay, because like a calling card can be talking about phone calls, all right, but I'm actually feeling for you, Pisces. um there's a band called The Calling. um I really feel that, there's a song that you need to listen to, Pisces. I don't even know, I can't even think of any of the names of the songs right now. But it's called, the band is called The Calling. Okay. And it's just, for some reason, it's just flagging that in my mind. So maybe believe that The Calling is something you need to listen to right now. So if you are someone who knows that band and knows one of their songs, maybe listen to it. And it's going to help you at this time. Okay, so very, like I said, very random messages coming through with this deck today, but really believing that you are about to find your true calling in this world. The calling card really is about, the true path that you're destined to take, and believing that you will find your true purpose, and the true reason behind everything in your life. So it's really a very spiritual, deep card, as well as, especially linking with the believe card as well. So, we do have a lot of spiritual belief coming through for you, Pisces, a lot of, um, you know, having faith that you are on the right path, that, everything will become clear to you on this path. Okay, because we see the snow, which is that, it's that white, that pure white innocence, that white light that surrounds you and directs you, down this corridor of trees, which is like the ancient trees of yourself. These ancient parts of yourself that all come together and grow into the Pisces that you are destined to become. Okay, so I'm getting a bit deep there, Pisces. Like I said, these messages with these cards, they just come, and they now I'm getting another song altogether, that, just stop coming and don't stop coming. I'm on a roll today. I'm really on a roll today. I think my brain short-circuited somewhere along the line, Pisces. Like I said, we're just rolling with it. I just dropped a card. Nope. Okay. Sorry. Okay, Pisces. Get some clarity for you. Hang on. I'll just release a little bit of the crazy energy. All right. Pisces, next big positive change coming through for Pisces, please. Oh, Pisces. Okay, so firstly, we do have the wolf energy, which in the traditional decks, this is the dog, the card of friendship. But I really feel for you, Pisces, this is not actually talking about a friend. This is actually talking about being your own friend, and having that friendship with yourself, and believing in yourself, and really having that loyalty and support for yourself, being your own friend first. Okay, being the leader of your own pack, and really, having that loyalty for Pisces, that loyalty in your beliefs, that loyalty that you will find your calling, and that you can support yourself through all this stuff with your belief. So anything hard that you may be faced with, you alone can support yourself. You don't, you don't need to rely on others, although you definitely can, and you're definitely able to do that, especially with that coming out to play. You do have friendships around you that want to support you and be loyal to you. But you know that you've got that wolf within you that can actually, you know, be your own friend first. All right. So that's what I'm getting from that particular card. It's being your own friend first. Like, believe in yourself, or who else is going to. It's kind of what I'm getting with that believe card over there. Believe in yourself first, and then others will believe in you. Oh, pardon me, Pisces. I cannot get rid of this cough. It's driving me insane, especially when I start going a bit crazy. It's bringing it on even more. We also have the ship. Okay, so that's all about starting new journeys and starting this adventure, this toward your true calling. All right, and sorry, Pisces. Oh, like I said, I just cannot shake it. And the more excitable I'm getting, the worse it's getting as well. So I'm very sorry. Um, yeah, but it's like starting a brand new adventure. You may be actually traveling, physically traveling, for some of you, but I do feel for majority of you, this is like, you know, sailing the waters of your soul. Okay, the ship, you know, it has a lot of water imagery in this particular card. You know, so it is one of, well, not this particular one. Normally the ship does, and the ship does bring to mind a lot of water, since, you know, ships sail on water. So it is kind of linked up with the Pisces energy anyway. But the next card I've got for you, even though it's technically the Gemini card, I believe. Yeah, technically it's the Gemini card. Um, I always keep thinking it's the Aquarius card. It's not. And then I always keep thinking it's the Pisces card. It's not. Although, but it is, you know, it does sort of symbolize very muchly to me that it is the Pisces and Aquarius card. And we have the fish. Okay, especially this one. Look at this. This is a mermaid. Definitely Pisces energy there. But it does talk about, you know, starting that journey into abundance and wealth. Okay, so whatever your true calling is, Pisces, you know, there's a lot of abundance to be had, a lot of potential money to be made, you know, within that as well. You just need to believe in it and, you know, be your own friend first. Support yourself when no one else may be. You know, if nobody else is supporting you, you support you, and you head on that journey, start that adventure, head straight on in. You can kind of imagine too, it's not in this particular picture, but a lot of the ships in reality, like the old, you know, the old school ships, they would have a mermaid at the mast, you know, and that would be heading them into the journey. That would be the mermaid front and center of the boat. So it would be leading the way, you know, on these journeys. So, you know, you definitely got a lot of abundance and wealth coming in for you. And as the next big positive changes for you, you know, starting a brand new journey into abundance and wealth and financial success. Not I don't see any complaints with that, Pisces. It looks pretty happy to me. And also, you know, finding your own calling and really believing in yourself. It's very important as well. All right. But that's what I have for you today, Pisces. You know, do leave me a comment and let me know if that resonates for you. Everyone that comments will go in the draw for that free personal reading as well. But hopefully I will see you all again soon.